Hi, everybody. Dr. Tanya English here, and it's time for some healing with the blues. Healing with the blues. That's right, I'm healing with the blues. I've got nothing left to lose. That's why I'm healing with the blues. Such a pain inside. The love that's there for me, I have denied. I've never had the blues this long, this deep, this wide. That's why I'm healing with the blues. I'm so glad to be with you today. I hope that you are enjoying your day and being able to find some divine power in your life. I'm going to take off my glasses because the glare. But the reason why I want to talk about divine power is because we often feel that we have no power in our lives, or that not just powerless, but also feeling stuck and not being able to use our power for good. And divine power is just a way of saying you have this divine spark within you in every cell, molecule, and atom, and all the space in between. And I talk about that as the spark of divine power, but I also talk about it as innate intelligence. That's intelligence that your cells are born with, that you're born with. That innate intelligence, and that's what we talk about in chiropractic, removing interference to that innate intelligence, that part of us that is already knowing what it is. So, for instance, I know that this is a finger cell or a fingernail cell and not a liver cell. The body knows how to differentiate, and we don't have to have our thinking involved in that. So, that kind of power is what I'm talking about. That power that is totally unconscious. And we can tap into that. And that's really what we're meant to be able to do, tap into that power and create, co create, if you will, with source energy, with God energy, and allow ourselves to move forward into bliss, happiness, love. I was in nature a lot last week on the Upper Peninsula of the Washington in Olympic National Park with friends from high school. It was an amazing trip, and we saw so many amazing things. If you go on any of my socials, you'll see pictures of what we've seen, and I'm going to put a whole bunch up pretty soon in Healing with the Blues group, so that you can see them there. But just amazing things that you just can't comprehend, like the tree of life, as it's being called now. This tree that it doesn't seem to have anything underneath it, and its roots are growing into the banks of the cliff next to it. So it's in this hole and it's growing up, but the roots are all off to the side, and you can climb underneath it. And there's pictures of what's underneath and what's in this space where this tree is just growing normally. Very, very odd. So there are a lot of people taking pictures of it with the day that we went. Sea anemones that when you touch them, they close up. All kinds of starfish and an octopus that we got to watch at the Marine Center in Port Townsend, where my friend Betsy works. And just seeing amazing, wonderful, natural things in life makes you really kind of um, put your attention on that divine power that created all of this. I mean, it's kind of interesting to think of it as an accident and how all these things just happen to come together. I I don't feel that there is a person up in the sky pointing their finger at things and creating. I really feel that it's more of this divine spark that we have within us that creates. And that when it's left by itself and there aren't any humans around, it makes this beautiful world that we live in with so much diversity. Incredible. Watching an octopus move around where he lives in the tank that he lives in, and seeing live animals out in the wilderness, and knowing that these are all forms of life and we all are part of that. So think about that divine spark that's within you, that divine power that's connected to the source of all that is. It's always there. It never goes away. And there are times that we want to accomplish things and we just can't make ourselves do the things that we know we need to do to accomplish them. So we need to call on that divine power to bring us forward. And there are times when that happens, and that means that there's something about what you're going to do or what you want to have happen that you are simply refusing to do. It happens to everybody. It's called procrastination. It happens a lot. And what happens when we're procrastinating is that we're refusing to do something because there's some fear underlying it. There's some fear, some self-preservation fear that's underlying that. So is it fear that we're using our power not well? Is it fear that we're going to make a wrong move? What is this fear that is holding us from being able to accomplish what we want to accomplish? So that's what I really want to talk with you about today, and we're going to do some tapping on that. So sometimes when we have this process, or there's something that we want to accomplish, and we just will not allow, is very clear to us as we stop doing it, stop doing anything that would bring us forward. So is it fear of making a mistake? That's something that many people have because they've been trained to never make a mistake, or they've been told that if they make a mistake, they won't ever get it right. Is there fear of using your power badly and doing something wrong with it, also making a mistake? Is it fear of doing the wrong thing, saying the wrong thing, not using your power wisely, not being able to communicate your needs and your wants? All of these things can stop us from actually receiving the gifts that are waiting for us. So I want you to think about a time when you felt something coming up, something that you really wanted to do, and what happened in your body. So think about this time where something came up and you really wanted it to happen. You knew what the steps were to do it. You knew how you were going to get there, but it just didn't happen. And what was happening in your body? Maybe you felt nauseous, maybe you felt scared, maybe you felt sick. But let's tap on this and let's see if we can get this down to a dull roar instead of this overwhelming, overarching kind of fear. So tap right here and say, whatever it is that you're feeling in your physical body, maybe it's, I feel nauseous. Side of the eye, I feel scared. Under the eye, I feel sick. Under the nose, I feel so bad. Under the lips, I feel awful. Under the collarbone, I feel so pressured. Under the arm, I feel stressed. Top of the head, it feels so bad. I don't want to feel this. But I acknowledge my feelings. I own my feelings. I honor my feelings. So let that happen. Take a deep breath and just allow yourself to be in that. What if the things that are coming up for you, and the reason why you're not doing the thing is because what if people won't like it? What if people hate what I'm doing? What if people say I don't have the right to do what I'm doing? What if people say things that are wounding to you that make you stop what you're doing? It happens all the time. It happens to me. You know, some people don't think I know what I'm talking about. And some people think that I don't have a right to do what I do. I've had people tell me, you shouldn't be singing blues music because you're a white woman. And I said, well, there's a lot of people like me. And if anybody can sing the blues, I know I can. A lot of people have had the blues, right? So if you think about it, what other people think is not really relevant to what you want to accomplish in your life. So remember, first of all, consider the source, the other person, and consider that you might be making this up too. This might be just a story you're making up because you haven't gone out there and done what you wanted to do, because this fear of what other people will think overwhelms us, can really overwhelm us. So I just want you to check in with your physical body right now and see how you're feeling. Are you feeling a little calmer? Great. Are you feeling even more upset? That happens too. It's okay. You can go back and repeat this as many times as you need. You can repeat it every day if you want. Just check in with how you're feeling about what you want to do and say, how am I feeling about this? Do I get butterflies? Do I get nauseous? Do I get a headache? What's happening? I just had a little boy in the office this morning who was having a lot of anxiety. And so one of the things that we did was we did bioenergetic synchronization technique, and we got his north and south to agree with the earth's north and south. And that's a really important point. So just getting your polarity correct and in agreement with the earth is really important. Um, that's something that you can do with another practitioner. I do it here in the office with people. I do it online with people when I'm working with them individually. And it really helps bring you back to the grounding and being stable. So that's something that you want to think about. Think about doing, getting that polarity right. So thinking about when you're tapping into divine power and the part of you that is that spark, let's just own that for a moment, shall we? What does it feel like when you think about that? You can put it in the chat. I'll be reading these comments. Even if you're watching the replay, I'll be commenting back to you. So feel free to do this if you're watching the replay. What is it that you're feeling that's creating this stoppage of feeling your divine power? Is it a belief that you don't have any? A lot of people feel that way. Is it a belief that it's not for you, that that's for somebody that's more important? Not true. Is it something where you feel like um, what other people are going to think if you even speak about it? That happens. So think about what it is that's keeping you from really experiencing your divine power. Is it what other people think? Is it what you think? Is it a belief you have that's based on what? Something that someone told you once? You know, it's really important that you remember that you're here and therefore you're worthy. You're worthy of divine power. You really are. So let's tap on that. So start with your eyebrows and say, I am worthy. Side of the eye, repetition is good. I am worthy. Under the eye, I am worthy of all good things. Under the nose, the universe loves me and approves of me and supports me. Under the lips, and I can tap into divine power at will, anytime I want. Under the collarbone, I can tap into my divine power just by breathing, inhaling and inviting spirit in, exhaling gratitude. Divine power never leaves me. It's always there. Top of the head. I acknowledge, own, and honor my divine power that is with me at all times. And I can tap into it anytime I want. Literally tap. Take a deep breath. Yeah. Does that feel good? Are you getting a little bit of a buzz there? That happens when we tap. And it's really, you're acknowledging your own right to be here. And you are part of divine power. It is not apart from you, it is a part of you. And so feel free to tap into it anytime. We're we're excited about what's coming up in the fall. I have a new program that I'd love for you to check out. It's going to be a 7-month program based on the chakra system. So each month we're working on a different chakra. We'll have individual sessions, healing sessions for each person, and also group sessions as we come together. And we'll be starting that at the end of September. And I'm excited to tell you about it. And I want you to know that if you want to find out more from me, please just make an appointment to have a consultation with me. And you can do that through the website and go to quantumhealinginternational.com. And on the energy healing page, there's a place where you can actually schedule a consultation with me. You can schedule one-on-one healing if you're already in a program. And you can schedule a Spotlight Intuitive Energy Scan. And I would love to do that with you because it'll really help you hone in on what it is that you want to work on. So those Spotlight Intuitive Energy Scans are free. If you want a full intuitive energy scan, we have a link for that as well. Just let me know that that's what you'd like to do. You can drop a note here in YouTube. You can go to Facebook. You can go to LinkedIn. You can go to all the socials. And you can email me at Dr. Tanya English, Dr. Tanya English @gmail.com. Feel free to do that. Let's do one more tapping round before we finish. And I want to remind you that there is also on the Quantum Healing International website, there's a page called the Learning page, and there's a page called the Resource page. Now, on the Learning page, there is a video called How Healing and Disease Happen. Great video, I think, and it really explains to you why we're working with emotions so much. On the Resource page, there's a tapping diagram that has all the points on it. We use a limited number of points because we're in this little box here, but it still works, doesn't matter. And there's also a tapping script. It's not the script we're using today, but it's a wonderful script from Kate Winch, and I think you'll really enjoy using that script. So, and then when you want somebody to come alongside and really go into the deep part of this, that's when you would come and talk with me about making appointments. So let's tap on you connecting with your divine power. So right here, I'm so grateful to have divine power in my life. Side of the eye. I am filled with divine power. Divine power is in every cell, molecule, and atom, and all the space in between. I am divine power. I use my divine power for my highest good, and that's good for everyone. I'm grateful to be able to tap into my divine power and move through blockages in my life easily and effortlessly. I'm grateful to have tapping to be able to move through whatever blockages there are and into my divine power. On top of the head, I'm so grateful to be able to connect with my divine power, my higher self, my wise elder self, the part of me that is always connected with Source. I'm so grateful. Take a deep breath. I hope that you will connect with me and connect with your divine power, because it's just a beautiful thing. Thank you, Ron. I'm so glad. We had a lot of things happen during that scan too. That was really fun. So I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Please let me know if you have any questions. Go to the website, make a consult appointment, and let's talk about what your next steps are. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day.